Hey, Frank, did you have an update on THT's availability for tonight?
Yeah, he's going to be out tonight and out tomorrow. He has a grade 1 calf strain, and he'll be out these 2 games, and we'll see how he's feeling in 2 days.
So, Frank, that's Shooter, THT, and LeBron. Obviously, it leaves you Caruso, but how can you try to find ways to initiate offense and to get certain actions going without 3 of your probably 4 top playmakers?
Yeah, it's one of the biggest challenges as a coach is when you have multiple injuries to the quarterback position or the point guard position. We'll be depleted, but we just have to have the mindset of anybody can initiate. We have some sets and some flow concepts where anybody can bring it up the floor and get us into some general action. But it definitely causes some problems. And, we don't want to ask too much of Alex, but we'll play through our centers some. AD can handle, and all of our wings can handle as well.
And Frank, Ty Lue was just talking about certain actions and double teaming AD, trying to get the ball out of his hands. Of course, you've seen that. I just wondered, what is the key for him when doubles come, and what are the key for some of his teammates, especially with the lack of other playmakers?
Yeah, the spacing and the reads. That's the biggest thing is and the timing of it all. As the double team comes, we're pretty versed. Spent a lot of time on it yesterday. Pretty versed on when the double team comes from this spot. This is what we do when it comes from a different spot. We do different things, and we'll try to stretch out the defense the best we can. Create easy reads for AD, and hopefully punish the double team.
Okay, first question we're going to go to Kyle Goon, please.
Has there been a determination if LeBron will play tomorrow?
He will not play tomorrow.
Okay. And as an unrelated follow-up, I was wondering about the status of Jared Dudley. Is there any expectation that he'll play again this season?
Possibly. He's making progress. I don't know what his exact timeline is, but he is back on the court doing some work. And like I said, I'm not sure what the exact timeline is, but it hasn't been ruled out that he can play again this year.
Okay, Dan Wilkie, please.
Frank, kind of two-part question related to sort of THT being out. Obviously, you guys have some other versatile players, but who would be sort of next in line as emergency point guard behind Caruso, almost in that sense?
Great question, and we've talked about that all day.
Is it Jason Kidd? Is the answer Jason Kidd, maybe?
Yeah. He'll throw a uniform on Jay Kidd. Honestly, it's everybody can handle it. We have a system in place where literally anybody on the floor, our centers can bring it up and get us in certain actions. We know what we're in. If they bring it up, we know the wings know what we can get in if they're going to bring it up. So again, it's just going to be done by committee, and we have a plan of what that should look like.
Is Mark a possibility? I mean, obviously, he's a really good playmaker.
Yeah, I mean, he's best at the top of the key with a live dribble more than bringing it up off the bounce. But all of our centers, can play that way. All 3 of them.
Okay, Dave McMenamin.
Frank, first of all, I volunteer if you need it, just so you know. Keep that in your back pocket.
Can we sign Dave? Is that an option for us? That sounds like
please, Frank. But the real question is, the Clippers have been, you guys share the same building in the same city. The league has put you guys on so many marquee matchups ever since you came to the Lakers. How do you view them as a team in terms of that's been on your radar over the last couple seasons?
Yeah, I mean, they're just another one of the great teams in the Western Conference. Just like Utah and Phoenix this year and Denver. They're just another team that's a great team in the Western Conference that we have to compete against. The fact that we're in the same city, I think it's fun for the fans. But in terms of us and what we're trying to get accomplished, they're just a team that we respect.
Okay, Jovan, please.
Hey, Frank. Bigger picture question here. You haven't had a chance yet to see all 13 rotation guys healthy at the same time, but looking towards the playoffs, do you feel like you have an idea of the 8 or 9 guys you'd want to play in an opening series, or are you still evaluating and trying to figure that out?
Well, we're still evaluating some, but I've got a good idea of what guys we're going to use, and honestly, depending on the matchup, three of those players can change on a series basis, similar to what we did last year. So, our mindset right now is to win as many games as possible, but get everybody enough opportunity to stay in shape and rhythm, in flow, so that when the numbers call during the playoffs, they're ready to go.
Hey, Dan Wikey, please.
I'm sorry. Nothing. Are you sure you want to sign Dave? I think that's a bad idea.
I would definitely do it. I'll call Rob, see if we can still get that done.
Okay, Lawrence Murray.
How you doing, Frank? Sorry if you have already gotten this question before. I'm kind of new here, but when it comes to Paul George, 10 years ago he was a rookie for you, and you went from an assistant coach to the full-time head coach with the Pacers at that time. And just wanted to see if you can go back and what was his development like over the course of that first year, that y'all had together, and how you compare it to how his game has developed today?
Well, obviously early on in his career, he was earning minutes on the defensive end. He came into this league, with elite defensive talent. Obviously having to learn his way, with veteran tricks and whatnot and schemes. But he had the talent to be successful on the floor on that side of the ball right away as a rookie. It was sort of the fifth option offensively, but within being a fifth option, showed he had a lot to his offensive game as well. We just weren't playing through him that often that early, and I think he continued to grow in all the ways that we used him in Indiana, in the post, off pin downs and pick and rolls. As a screener, pick and pop situations, handling on the break, all those types of things. And I think one of the things that you have to realize about Paul is when he broke his leg, for really about a year's worth of time, all he could do was shoot the basketball. And while he was a good shooter for us in Indiana, he became a great shooter during that time. And obviously it took him some time after the injury to really regain his explosiveness. But I think that stretch where he really improved his shooting has really just taken him to another level offensively.
Thank you.
And last question, Cameron Buford, please.
Hey, good evening, Frank.
Good evening.
We've heard LeBron's thoughts on the play-in tournament. What are your thoughts on the play-in tournament?
Play-in tournament's out of my control. If we're in it, we'll compete, and we'll win those games so that we can try to advance. Whether we should have one or not, really not up to me. So I don't spend too much time thought on whether it's good or not.
Thanks, Coach.